All right, so I got Brett Stafford Smith here in the podcast studio with me today. What's going on, Brett?
Man, just having a great day. The weather is so nice.
It is, yeah. It's
Yep.
nice. I know we got some rain moving in. I'm actually ready for that. I like a good rain.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
I knew you were weird.
It's not it's not conducive for getting out, but sometimes I like to stay in and play video games.
You do. What's your favorite video game?
So right now, actually, I bought my wife a PS5 for Christmas.
Are you sure you did?
Sure,
you bought
I bought my wife a PS5.
Sure. Yeah.
So we've actually been playing a lot of Hogwarts, honestly. The Harry Potter game.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I was gonna say Star Wars.
No,
I'm just kidding. I know. I know.
The Hogwarts game is a lot of fun, and then Fortnite. We like Fortnite a lot.
Yeah.
And GTA. We're still waiting on GTA 6.
I know a lady down in Port St. Joe where I play. An older lady who just a local. I'll see at a restaurant I'm playing. She told me not too long ago, in the past 3 years, she had spent 251 days playing Fortnite.
Holy cow.
So almost a whole year, like
That's
not
insane.
quite obviously, but
Yeah.
most
of a year.
most of a year out of
Every
like
day.
3 years playing Fortnite.
That's crazy. That's a lot of time.
She's probably, and this lady is probably like 50.
I bet she's good at it.
I mean,
I bet she's good at it. It's probably one of those ones on there that'll whip in my butt, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you little 5-year-old, and some 50-year-old woman over there. Oh, that's funny.
she'd be at a restaurant. She'd be like, I got to get home. One of my friends will speak. I'm like, how old is she? He's 8. Like we got a team match or something.
Yeah, we got a
something
tournament tonight. Sorry, I couldn't stay for your last set.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, tell me about your music, man. So you got into music 10 years ago. We talked about that on the radio.
Well, professionally.
Okay, professionally.
I moved to Nashville about 10 years ago. Had always grew up playing music.
Mhm.
But, grew up playing real quick. Let's see. I was about 15 years old, and I joined my youth praise band at church. Had never played drums before, but I told my youth minister I wanted to play drums, and he was like, "Yeah," and eventually the drummer quit, and he was like, "You can come play," and that was my first, just thrown to the wolves, dude. I had never played drums before, never had a lesson. He just thought I had a passion for it and let me get up there with like the music minister's son, who was the piano player and led it. These great musicians that were children of people who were great singers in the church, and just threw this raw drummer behind them. And I was hooked, dude. I was like, man, something about playing music live and just up there giving it everything you got, just a moment in time. And it was a couple years later that I found my stepdad's guitar in his closet, and I just taught myself, because this, I don't know how old you are, but this was before YouTube.
Right, yeah.
So, you had to just have a book. You had a book.
I had a poster on my wall.
Yeah.
A chord chart poster.
Yeah. I had one of them too. I'd have to glance up there at it.
Oh, yeah.
But you'd have to, if you wanted to see your favorite band on late night or Saturday Night Live, you had to be home.
Right.
You had to go home, and I would VHS record them, like my favorite musicians, and I'd watch them and just, because like I said, there was, at that time, the only thing we had was, AOL
Right.
dial-up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just played in bands in college, man. Played in bands and just different stuff throughout. Graduated college, joined the workforce, kind of came back home, joined the workforce around here. And eventually in my mid to late 20s was just like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go try to play music.
Yeah.
And I took off to Nashville, man. And just with the idea of being a songwriter. And that's and now here we are. I
Awesome.
guess that was, I don't know. I'm not very good at this talking
No,
thing.
that's cool, man. I like that. I like that a lot. So you started off on drums initially.
Saxophone.
Saxophone.
Mhm.
Okay.
Our first instrument was the saxophone. My second was the drums. Then I picked up the bass guitar. Then I picked up the guitar. My parents were very happy about the guitar because the saxophone and the drums are very loud.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
I bet.
especially when you're not a good sax player, it just sounds like a horn or like a 18 wheeler.
Just sounds like a lot of traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. That's cool. So, all right, so you got onto the guitar finally, and then you started playing guitar, and you started doing it professionally. Started
That's
getting
right.
paid.
That's right. Started getting, I mean, did it for free for a while. I can 100% remember Bullets?
Yeah.
I can remember showing up to Bullets with my friend Jamie Faye Harrell. Our band, the Wild Fruit, our first gig, we showed up. We're like, we'll play for free. You know, it's a small little stage out back. We thought it would be work for us, and we did a couple. We did a couple just for free, just because we needed to just get out there, you know.
Right.
And it was that was a good time, man. That was, talk about musical freedom.
Yeah.
You just playing guitar and somebody playing the drums, like, you don't have to announce a chord change.
Right. Yeah.
As long as you're in time,
Mm-hmm.
you can do anything freedom music-wise you want.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. So, you pretty much play. Do you play full time now, or do you got a day job?
Mm.
You're full time music.
Full time. I've done in let's see, what's this, 25 in 2023 and 24. I did like about 270 gigs each year.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
500 in 2 years, and
Very cool.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't.
How was the first year? Because I remember, I told you earlier that I quit HVAC. I did that for 13 years, and one day I just decided I'd had enough, and started. I was like, I'm going to play music full time, and I did for the first year. I paid my mortgage out of a 5-gallon bucket, like, for a little while.
Yeah.
How was that first year? Was it kind of nerve wracking, like, with this lack of security, I guess, almost in a way?
The first year I did it, the first year I moved to Nashville, I moved into basically a frat house of musicians.
Cool.
It was a Brady Bunch looking house of musicians, and they were all in a band together, and there was 2 other guys that we were all living. The house was big enough and roomy enough that we could throw an air mattress over in this corner. There's a couch. Like, it was enough bedrooms and room that it didn't feel like we were cramped, but there was a lot of dudes in there.
Right.
And we're just writing music every day. Me and my best bud, since we were 6 years old, are writing music every day. Some of the best songs, man. Like, if I look back at my catalog, that time in life, those 6 months probably, was some of the best songs ever written.
That's cool.
Or that I've ever written, been a part of. Where was I going? Oh, so while I'm trying to get a job, playing music up there, and learn this songwriting thing, I'm working at a juice factory at night. And a juice factory, cold pressed juice factory.
Okay.
There was only about 15 of us that worked there. We would cold press juice, and we would deliver it to famous people's houses, because you had to be rich to afford this juice.
Right.
Yeah, it was like, it had a 3-day shelf life.
Boutique juice.
Yes, it was that fresh. It had a 3-day shelf life that you had to down it. And we had juice cleanses and stuff that.
Okay.
This was
superfood, health food,
high quality H2O.
I guess.
And so I was working at that juice factory. And that was a nighttime gig. That was like 9 to 2 in the morning, sometimes 3 in the morning. And then I picked up a gig at Honky Tonk Central on the 3rd floor from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I started on a Wednesday, and they had me for Wednesday to Sunday. And I would do that, and then I'd go make juice later on that night. And it was crazy for about 2 months. And I finally was like, am I going to keep playing up here? How long does this work? And they're like, you're going to play up here until we tell you otherwise. So I was like, well, I'm quitting this juice place. This is kicking my butt. But you need that job security, and I was up there on the 3rd floor of Honky Tonk Central for 2 years, Wednesday through Sunday.
That's cool.
I can remember one day showing up at 11 a.m. to play. I played till 2. The 2 o'clock musician didn't show up. So I played 2 to 6. 6 o'clock musician didn't show up. I played 6 to 10.
Oh my
I played from 11 in the morning till 10 at night, man. And that was a day. I mean, I've never had another day like that in my life.
Yeah.
And it was wild. And eventually it came down to where they wanted me, the head honcho, you know, they're owned by Tootsie's, it's Honky Tonk Central, and a few other places, you know. And it came down to where the music relations guy wanted me to front a band. And I knew what that meant. That meant on the bar dancing, shaking and stuff. And that wasn't really my scene.
Right.
You know, that wasn't my scene. There's not nights where I haven't ever done it. I just didn't.
So you are guilty of dancing
I am guilty.
on the bar.
I mean, I drank enough Fireball in Nashville those first 2 or 3 summers of playing, you know, in 2015 to like 2018. That there was times where I was, you know, getting a little wild.
We won't get into that too deep then. We'll glaze over that. Oh, that's funny. So you're full-time music now.
Right.
And are you married? Got any wife, kids?
I have never been married, no kids.
That makes doing music
it makes it a lot easier, dude. There's no way. Of all my friends that I know, I mean, this is such an evening time gig.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I'm very lucky. I have a lot of early gigs. I have some things where I'm not home late, you know. But there was a time where I bought a ring for a girl, and almost proposed, but didn't. And then years later, me and my best bud turned that into a song called "Should Have Married You," and it's based off of a true story. But now I have to deal with anyone I take on a date and actually listens to my music. They're like, "Do you still feel that way? Do you
What's
still?"
that song about?
I'm like, it's you know, there's a point in time in life where you do feel certain ways. I'm sorry.
You're good.
But yeah, turn these moments in time into songs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to capture a moment like that, especially like if it's a large section of your life that you can condense down into a song like that. I think those are a lot of times some of the most meaningful songs like that.
Yeah.
Well, very cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us today and telling us about a little of your music. We listened earlier to
Buddy with a Boat.
Buddy with a Boat. And you can find that song on our Homegrown Country playlist that is advertised on our Facebook page, 95.5 WTVY, or you can go to Spotify and type in Homegrown Country and just look for a logo. Look for the 95.5 logo.
And the Songwriters Festival.
Yeah. Tell us about. So you got some events coming up.
We got some great singer songwriters that are coming. I don't know. Am I allowed to say that you're singing at it?
Yeah. Go tell them I'm in there too. Yeah.
Okay. We've got 24 of some of the great local, all the way from 50 to 15 years old. You know, everything in between. It's going to be at Folklore Brewing on February 22nd at 11 a.m. to about 9 p.m. 2 songwriters on stage at a time, telling their stories behind the song, intimate setting. Bring your blankets, bring your lawn chairs. It's going to be chill. It's going to be great, man. And this is the first one ever. And we've seen the 30A Songwriters Festival, the Blast on the Bay in Port St. Joe, the Key West Songwriters Festival. There's a lot of places that have it, and we need one, man. We need one, and this is not for me. This is, no offense, this ain't even for you, man. This is for our community, and this is for those kids who are 10 years old and maybe just starting to get a little sense of music, and then in 5 to 10 years when they're getting out and they're starting to play music, look, we've got a community of people that support the art of songwriting.
Right.
And we appreciate what you're doing, and we don't want that to go to waste. And I just remember being young around here, and feeling like I had a hard time for an outlet to express your original music, and it's even less now.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. I'm grateful for you and for the team that you're working with putting together this event.
Yeah, super shout out to Music Brings Life and that team over there that's really helped put this on and done so much work behind the scenes. You know, I get to kind of be a little bit of the face of it, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But I get to be the legs, while they're doing stuff behind the computers and making the phone calls and all that stuff, and they're doing such a great job and doing a lot for some local musicians around here. So I just want to send a shout out to.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about this event. I think with all of the attention that it's gotten, and this being the first one, I don't have a doubt in my mind that this won't be the last one.
No way. We're already
got plans for year 2.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good deal. So this is Dothan Songwriters Festival, and it is happening February 22nd.
February 22nd at Folklore Brewing at 11 a.m. You can buy tickets at the door. They're going to be $20 at the door. You can buy them online right now for $15. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have giveaways. As soon as you walk in the door, you're going to get a ticket.
Entered into a draw.
And we're going to be doing raffles all day. Local businesses have provided gift cards, restaurants, boutiques. We've got a TV.
Hey.
We've got Folklore's giving out some beer. We've got a lot of giveaways, just a lot of stuff. You're going to leave with memories, but hopefully you will leave with maybe some goodies.
That's cool. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. That is cool. So tell them where they can find your stuff. Plug your social media.
You just type in Brett Stafford Smith into anything, and probably I'm going to pop up. I'm probably most likely I'm going to pop up. So Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you use for music, I'm on there.
And they go to your Facebook page, and you usually post like a big long list of where you're going to be at locally around there.
Yeah,
too, so.
try to do that, and yeah, just happy to see, man. We need to see music grow around here, man.
I agree.
And just go out and support it, even if you don't like the band, even if you don't, I'm trying to make a point too. If there's an event in town that's music and I can go, even if I don't like it, I'm gonna go because I just want to show that
you're a body in the room.
That we're a body in the room, man.
Because we all know what it's like to play to a room with nobody in
it. And listen, if there's if you look at the list of songwriters that are coming this year, and you're like, I know some of these, but they're not like famous people or nothing. Look, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a couple years for us to build this thing up. Get us a name and everything, and then eventually people are gonna want to come play this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're gonna be come this year, be a part of the first one, and just think about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when we hopefully can get those hit songwriters to come play and just have something cool, man.
That'll be awesome. Well, Brett, I really appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you, man.